I think Will Smith actually does a pretty good job.
Yeah,
She does an okay job, but I think the main problems that why it's not better is probably the directing and the plot, because some of the
Yeah,
lines are so weird as well. It's very written in a weird way, I feel
yeah.
like. But yeah, I didn't
I
I didn't really believe in her, and I didn't really
No.
believe in their relationship. I think the scenes that worked between them were mainly when they were arguing.
Yeah, and I
Um,
also think I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there is a scene where she's crying,
yeah,
and she's doing a great crying work,
yeah,
because it's a long scene,
yeah,
and all of a sudden she just uh, breaks out in
yeah,
tears, and I think she does a quite good job, but also it's kind of, she is the new girl, and you can feel that on the
yeah,
way she is acting, because she's also acting up against Will Smith,
yeah.
and I think that she might have gotten a little starstruck.
Maybe I think it's just the script that's not good enough. Really, I mean, I like if you look at her character, there isn't really a lot to do in a lot of ways. But I mean, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but I
was.
like there's a scene where they use, because the name of the film is Focus, and
Yeah,
I thought they're gonna
they
use
they
that for
explain that
something.
right in the beginning.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly.
it's about when you do these cons, you need to be focused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And but they actually do it. They pull the focus in a
Oh
scene.
yeah,
Yeah,
where you see his neck.
yeah. But yeah, exactly. And then something happened, and you can hear that his mind is only focusing on what one person is saying, even
Yeah,
though there's a lot other people in the room. And I think that he at one time in the movie he's trying to figure out something he doesn't get, and you can tell that he's being very uh, irritated by the man, because he can't figure out what to do.
yeah,
um, and you can see that his focus is on him only, so even though he walks away, he tried to figure something out.
yeah.
And
I think a couple of other things. Will Smith is built up as this very impressive character. He
yeah,
knows a lot of stuff. Um, I don't think that is done very well, and the way it's not sort of explained proper why he's all of a sudden he sort of is, he's a character who tricks everyone. He doesn't let anybody get close. He's sort of
no,
controlling
yeah,
everything. But when she gets there, that goes away.
yeah,
And what it is about her that sort of pulls him out of that, I
yeah.
don't think is well enough
No,
explained.
I didn't think
There's a
either.
lot of those relationships that works, and then I think he's sort of cool. I think they could have made him cooler in a better way. Very early on, there's one where he shows her some tricks and
Yeah,
like steals her ring like 5 times, and it's like it feels like such a cheap and easy way
yeah,
to do it, and I don't think it makes him look cool enough the way it could
no,
have done. And I think it's weird that the character I had the most fun with was the big fat guy.
yeah,
And it was the one where everyone laughed when he
exactly,
was there,
yeah,
and he had the fun lines, and
yeah. And many times when he was on screen, he was not saying anything.
no,
He was just playing a goof, or um, the line he has with Jess.
yeah,
I'm not gonna spoil it, because you're gonna have to watch that, because
yeah.
that was very funny.
Is it the thing about her mouth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
The thing about her mouth, and he's kind of the fun part about the movie. But in the end, they're also trying to make Will Smith and Jess relationship a funny thing, a funny, typical American thing.
I think
And
it's because it sort of changes, because sometimes they're fighting, sometimes they're in love, sometimes
yeah,
and it's you sort of don't understand how, and I think it goes in with the cons that they sort of just pull things out of
yeah,
nowhere, that it sort of doesn't settle in a way, and the scenes are also so different. There isn't sort of proper style. There's
no,
sometimes shot different. There's scenes like the one you were talking about, and there's one in the car with them
yeah,
and the fat guy that I think is fun, but it's like, what does that really do for the film?
yeah.
It's sort of
It's just
fun
a put
scenes,
in.
and then there's like a con scene, and it's just, well, sort of put it together.
Yeah, yeah. I think that maybe they've tried to, yeah, to make a movie that we're gonna. I think the movie was very great in their mind,
Yeah,
and when they were writing it, and were filming it, they might they might notice something is missing.
I said this to you, I think, when we got out of the film, where I'm like, this feels to me like if I saw like Ocean's 11, I had an idea for one of these. I was like,
yeah,
this is what it would end up being.
yeah,
Like they have some great ideas, but in the end, it's a lot harder making these films than it actually looks like, probably.
Yeah.
So if I were to make a film like this would probably be what it was, because it's fucking hard, and I probably wouldn't be able to make an Ocean's 11.
Yeah. Because they're building it up very very great, and this thing where Will Smith is kind of the coach, I like that, but all of a sudden she's just too great.
Yeah.
I think she taught 2 things or so, and one
there's
one
no
time
development there. It just goes,
not at
and then
all.
she's an expert.
Yeah, and one time she's saying at the same day that she just began in the gang, she's saying, I tried that, and all the other in gangs, no, don't do that, and then she just do it, and nothing happens.
And it's like, okay, I get it then if she's a natural, but then they don't build on that. Then it's sort of it's just all over the place.
And
really.
I thought actually with her being, also because the name of the movie is Focus, I maybe thought that her role was gonna be a bit different than it was in the movie, but I think that it might disappoint me that her role in the movie, in some sort of way. So Focus, a great movie, but plot holes.
I don't think it's great. I think it has some good scenes, but I think that's it.
I was like in the middle of the movie where they're watching football.
Yeah.
That scene I loved, but for me,
the whole betting part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But for me, that was.
I already felt like they're like, this is going somewhere, and I'm not sure what's supposed to happen, and I sort of didn't like that.
But I thought that was the strongest part of the movie, and that's sad when that wasn't the big heist.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So maybe think about it again, rewrite it, and then make a Focus, a remake of Focus.
Don't do that. Just make a new film.
Make a new film. Don't call it Focus, and don't cast Will Smith.
Yeah, so, I think cast Will Smith, because I think he's probably pretty good.
He done a good job,
and also like he's in general he's a good actor.
Also we talked about the man Gary. What was the name?
What?
The evil man. What was the name?
Oh, in the film?
Yeah, the movie.
Oh, the character's name.
Yeah.
Garika or something.
Garika.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was your thing. You knew him from somewhere else.
Because I knew him from Love Actually.
Yeah. And what was it you called that?
no, there's no way you're gonna say it.
I'm gonna say that. So you basically said that was your Die Hard. So I have a tradition for watching Die Hard every year.
Yeah.
And you watch Love Actually.
I love Love Actually. Every year.
I think it's a good film. I watched it 2 or 3 times. I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's no Die Hard, but
it's definitely not.
Well, you haven't seen Die Hard.
The same movie as Die Hard, but
that actor was in Love Actually.
That actor is in Love Actually, and the thing you said when I said he's in Love Actually, to say, oh, that's the movie where everybody gets laid, and I said, yeah, but not him. And you're gonna watch Focus, and maybe if you keep that in mind, there's a little joke for you that you can sit.
So you had a hard time taking him serious,
because I've seen him in his pantyhose laying on the floor just.
Sometimes that's the problem if you do. Actually, even if you do great enough, I was fearing about Elijah Wood after Lord of the Rings. So I was like, is he forever going to be Frodo? But he managed to get out of that pretty quick.
Yeah, but I think when Elijah Wood wasn't Frodo to me, was at Green Street Hooligans, because.
But isn't that was during Lord of the Rings? That was like in between them. Yeah, I think that was 2002. Or
but then I'm slow. Yeah. I think I watched it afterwards.
Yeah, I might be wrong as well. I remember he did 2 films right after. It's 2005, so it's actually after. Yeah, so you're right. I remember he did Sin City, and he did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Sin City, he's like a crazy guy that like cuts people up and shit. Yeah. And in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, there's a lot of things going on, but he like steals all the chicks' panties and stuff. And I was like, whoa, You're not the nice Frodo anymore.
You're not a Hobbit.
I remember walking out of that film and, like, before I thought he's always gonna be Frodo, and then I was like, nope.
I also thought I saw him in a movie. I can't remember what it called, but it was like a chick flick with with a a wedding or something.
Okay.
And then he's just the guy who's drunk. What was the name of that movie? I can't remember, but it was very bad.
Okay.
So that
don't watch that.
Don't watch that. But I couldn't take him seriously because he was drunk and he was just like, I mean, he's so fail in that movie. So don't watch that. But there I went back and watched the Lord of the Rings just to get the Hobbit back in my mind.
Yeah.
And not the Elijah Wood from that movie.
Okay.
I can't remember what the name was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe something about a wedding, but not.
He was in the short film collection Paris Je t'aime, but I don't know if it was that.
No, it was a longer movie.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's it. We shouldn't be too afraid that this was too short, at least.
No.
But I think for me, like, and we're gonna do some different stuff together, and everything. And this sort of format was gonna be where we just can ramble on and talk about stuff and go off topic if you want, and then
this is
there
will
be more like
night. Yeah. for the gaming night with no friends.
Or maybe like if you have a commute and you have, you know, an hour on the train, and then you can sort of space this out over days or something where you anyway. So there will be shorter other things, but yeah, I will be back. The plan is to do this every week.
Yeah,
and next we'll talk about Star Wars.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, we'll take it from there. I think my ideal thing would be there would be three people in this, but we'll see. Maybe it'll only be two. I talk enough for multiple people, so maybe that's.
We're just saying yes. And no, disagree. Agree.
But yeah, thanks for joining, Christian.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And thanks for watching or listening. And then we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.